Hello, my name is Tony Nichols and I'm the Federal Programs Director for Nicholas County Schools, and I'd like to welcome you to some of our learning sessions that we're going to be doing. We have several of our finest teachers in the county that have volunteered to do some reading and some math lessons especially. We'd like to thank SCTV for broadcasting these sessions. We're hoping to continue them over the summer as well, and we are hopeful that this is going to be a big help to those students that we have that don't have a whole lot of network access. These sessions will be broadcast through Chantel, so we'd like to also thank them for their help and support. For those who don't have Chantel service, you can check the SCTV website and Facebook page, and they'll be running these sessions as well. So we hope that these will be helpful for our students and help us continue to show progress and achievement for our students.
Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Shelton, and I teach kindergarten at Summersville Elementary. And this week, I'm going to be doing some lessons on addition and subtraction strategies. So I want to first start out with counting. So remember that it's always good to get your brains awake, and we always like to do that on carpet time, and we start with some counting. So here is our number chart, or our 100ths chart, and we're going to start by counting by ones, and we're going to stop at 20. Okay, so let's start with 1, stop at 20. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we remember we have to sweep back around, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So remember, we started at 1, stopped at 20, and the top row are our single digits, and then we had to sweep back around into our teen numbers, and we stopped at 20. Now let's count by tens. Ready? Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now let's go back and let's count by fives. Ready? Look for your patterns. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And we're going to stop at 50. So we started at 5 and stopped at 50. So remember to do your counting every day. Now what I want to do is I want to go right into one of our addition strategies. And we're going to talk about part, whole. And down here I have a big poster that shows part, whole. But no worries, boys and girls. If you do not have large chart paper at home, you can use a regular sheet of paper. And I'm going to show you right up here how to draw one. Let me take my vocabulary cards off. All right, so we're going to start. I'm going to draw 3 circles. I'm going to draw one at the top of my paper, and then I'm going to draw a diagonal or a slant, and then I'm going to draw 2 more parts. So this looks just like my big poster, okay? And we're going to use something that I'm sure you have at home in a game, and they are dice. And we're going to use 2 of them, and we're going to roll them. So when I roll my dice, all right, I have a 5 and a 1. So I want you to look at that pattern. And this is good for subitizing or for dot patterns. And we know that that is 5. So we're going to write, this is my part. I'm going to write a 5. Okay. And then my other part that I rolled is a 1. And remember, on the dice, or on the die, the 1 is right in the middle, okay? And let me go back for just a minute on the 5. Remember that there's a dot in each corner and 1 in the middle for the 5. So now my other part was 1. And now what I need to do, that I have part, whole, I want to add these together. Now there are lots of different ways we know that we can add. We can do a picture, we can use a number line, we can use counters, and you don't have to have special counters at home. You can use anything to use for counters. So I'm going to today use my number line. Now I have a large one here, but I can use my little one if that's better. Okay, so when I begin on my number line, I'm starting with my first part. All right, so my first part is a 5. So I'm going to go to my 5 on my number line. All right, and then my other part is 1. So I'm going to add 1. Now, this is a number line is just like when you're playing a board game. You do not count your starting point as an add-on. You have to actually move or leap or hop to the next number. So we're only going to need to hop one time. So when I actually move my counter, then I end up on the number 6. So 6 is going to be my whole number. Now, and so we're going to write our number equation, and this will equal our total. Okay, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to get my number partners, and I'm going to use my plus sign. Okay, remember this is what our plus sign looks like. That has meaning. Plus means that we are putting things together. So I'm going to write my first partner, 5, and then I'm going to write my plus sign, and then I'm going to bring my other number partner down, which is 1. Now, we have another very important sign. That is an equal sign. That is very, very important, because whatever is on this side of this little equal sign has to be equal to or the same as what is on the other side. Okay, so that would be our total. So I'm going to bring down my 6, which is our total. Now I have a little rhyme for you, which I think is really cute. It's so important. These two little lines that make the equal sign are so important. Ellie the equal is always to blame for making both sides of the equation the same. She loves to play fair and balance both sides, for this rule is important, and she always abides. She's not always the last sign you'll see. She can show more than what the answer will be. Use her to add, subtract, and so much more. Like compare, Ella the equal always makes both sides fair. So this little equal sign is very important. All right, so now we're going to read our number sentence. Okay, ready? 5 plus 1 equals 6. All right, now let's try another one. All right, remember now we're going to roll our dice. So I'm going to roll them. Oh, this time I rolled a 6. Now remember the dot pattern on the 6. You have two columns, 3 on this side, 3 on this side. That makes 6. And then my other number partner is going to be 1 again. So we have 6 is one number partner and 1 more. So now we're going to go back. Remember, the next thing you do is write your number sentence. So 6, remember the plus sign, plus my other number partner is 1, and that's going to equal or my total. Now, this time, instead of using a number line, I'm just going to draw a picture. And I'm not going to draw anything fancy. I think I want to draw some stars because you are rock stars. So here we go. So 6 and one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have one more over here that I'm adding together. Now I'm going to take my 6 and add one more. So ready? Count with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more makes 7. You got it. So we have 7. That's going to be my total. So my 7 goes up for the whole or the total. All right, let's read our number sentence. Ready? 6 plus 1 equals 7. You ready for another one? Let's go. Let's do one more, and then I have a little game I'm going to show you that you can play at home. That will be lots of fun. And if you have to start all over on your board, that's fine too. Remember, we just have 3 simple circles. Nothing fancy. Here we go. Roll it again. Ooh. Can you see my numbers here? I have 4. All right, remember the 4, the dots on the die are 1 in each corner. So 4, number partner. And I have a 3. Now the 3 is kind of cool because it's not up and down, it's not across, but it's at a diagonal. What's a big word? Diagonal. So now our other number partner is a 3. All right, let's write our number sentence. I know you're ready. Here we go. 4 plus 3 more, and that equals a total of, what am I going to use now? Let's see, we used a number line. I used a picture. How about if I do a tens frame this time to add? Now, no worries if you don't have a tens frame at home with magnetic counters, because you can just draw a tens frame. It's very, very easy. It's 10 little blocks. That's all you need. And something fun you could use if you don't have counters. I know you probably have Play-Doh, so you could roll little balls of Play-Doh and use those as your counters. So we have 4 is one number partner. We're starting with 4. And I want to add 3. So this time I'm going to do the bottom. I'm going to use different colors. So 1. Now, I'm going to have to come down here, aren't I? I'm out of space. 2, 3. All right, so now let's count these. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 plus 3 equals 7. I think we had a total of 7 a minute ago. And it wasn't 4 plus 3. But we'll talk about that another day. All right, so I'll bring out my total, which is 7. All right. Okay, now the last thing I want to do is I'm going to show you a little game. And it's called Beat That. And you can play with a partner at home. And all you do, if my friend could come help me, that would be awesome. Okay, so I'm going to roll both dice, and I'm going to add them together and get my total. So my 2 number partners will become my total. Then my friend, Mrs. Dennison from Panther Creek, is also going to roll, and I'm going to say, beat it. So she gets to roll, and she's going to try to beat my total. All right, so I'm going to roll my dice. Ooh, I got 6 plus 6 equals 12. Beat it.
I don't know.
You can go. You can get it.
And I got 6 plus 4 equals 10.
So let's look at that. Thank you, friend. Let's look at that, Mrs. Dennison up here. Let's see. My number partners were 6 plus 6 equals 12. And Mrs. Dennison's was 6 plus 4 equals 10. So who had the greater total? All right, is it 12 or is it 10? You are right. 12 is greater than 10 or more than 10. So I won that round, but we can play that over and over, and you're practicing your addition facts. So again today, remember, boys and girls, we talked about, thank you Mrs. Dennison, we talked about part, whole, and we talked about number partners. We also talked about the whole or the total. We reviewed number equation or number sentence. And we talked about that very important plus sign, the very important minus sign, and we also talked about our equal sign or LE the equal. Thank you. Love and miss you bunches. Have an awesome day.